One of the bags I really enjoyed on my 850 G4 chassis was this rear over the battery bag. It's just great to store things in, a little bit extra clothes or some tools. But the 850 Turbo does not have any accommodation for it. So you can see the methanol water tank here is in the way. So actually someone already came up with a solution for that, surprisingly already. It's called Gords Garage. I'll show you the parts. But I'm going to retrofit a new bracket and mount so that you can take that bag basically and have it on this sled as well. The kit you get from Gords Garage, here's a little bracket. It's actually a nice little piece. Feels like it's aluminum made. You basically get this bracket, these two spacers with long bolts, and nylock nut on these T, I think they're T, this might look an Allen, but yeah, you need a T30 to take it off the sled. So the tools you need to complete this: 10mm wrench, you need a drill, drill bits, and you're also going to need a spare link bracket. There is the part you're actually going to need, and basically you need one more of these. They come in sets of 2, so you'll have one spare. It's pretty straightforward assembly. First, you got to take off the rear methanol tank cover. So you take these 2 bolts out. You got to undo the cap. Who the heck put that on there? Come on, look. You got to undo the cap. Take these 2 bolts out, and I think the cover just comes right off. Yeah, so there's the cover. Basically, there's all kinds of warning signs. Oh, actually, this thing does have a small battery in it. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so this thing does have a small battery in it, even though it is the turbo with the shot system. I guess this battery is used to keep the computer going and whatnot when it's not in a charging state. So I guess they did put a tiny battery. I'm not sure why they bothered with that. I guess the shot system then, I guess the starter motor and everything. But anyways, so there is a small battery, and after 435 kilometers of driving, that's how much fluid it went through, maybe a quarter tank. So anyways, there's a little vent there too. So you have to do that first to install the kit. You then grab the 1/4 inch drill bit, and you put this plate on. It can only go on one way, it's indexed. So, and then you drill out these 2 holes. Make sure you do not do this on your sled because the fuel tank and methanol tank are underneath here, so that would be pretty stupid if you drilled into that. But so you just drill 2 holes there. So there's the bracket installed, very easy. And then you have to have a link bracket, and the bushings go underneath, and then you torque these down with a 10mm wrench, and you're pretty much good to go. And before you put your bag on, top your tank up with the ice, and put your cap on, because the bag covers it. Not that it's a big deal taking it off, but yeah, there we go. And there we have it, all installed. Integrates very nicely into the sled, and that bracket that company sells is nice and secured. It's a nice light bag. One of the other mods I did was side wind deflectors, just to keep some wind off you. I do a lot of high-speed travel, 50km/h traveling on the trails. And the other thing I did was I switched the riser to this adjustable one. I have the same one on the G4, so I really like it. Basically, you just pull this. It can go down. You can pull it, and it can go to a forward position or straight up. So if you're stand-up riding, you can have it straight up. Gives you another maybe 1.5 inch height. And when you're riding a lot, like if you're like a 300+ kilometer day, you can switch this position to back, just to change the way your shoulders are kind of pushing through the corners and pulling on the handlebars. It really makes your shoulders, gives your shoulders a real break. The only other thing with this sled, there's a recall or alert for the this turbo model for the left ski. So basically what's happening is when they molded this left ski on some molds, basically what you have to do to check it is take this single bolt out, lift the sled up, and there's a code down there. If it's code AC2, it's no good. There's a possibility it'll break. So AC2 is no good. This happens to be AC1. I checked it. So there's AC1, AC2, AC3. If it's AC2, no good. What's happening is there a defect in the molding process and the ski is snapping right at this bolt. I've seen some pictures online, and that could be mega dangerous. I mean, if you had a ski snap and if this catches in the snow at any speed, you are going for a loo. I mean, that would be a worst case scenario. You could really, really get messed up. But so yeah, there's a little bit of a recall on that. But this sled's good. Anyways, yeah, so the rear bag's all integrated, really nice. You can store a bit more stuff. Actually, with the 137 track, you can really, really store quite a bit of stuff at the back. You can carry fuel. I got a fuel container with oil for longer trips, and you have a travel bag, which I always have on the back of the sled as well, where you could have 2 travel bags, or you could have fuel with a travel bag. I mean, you just, endless combinations of if you're going to be going on big trips. But yeah, so nice. I like it. Bracket seems to be good. You got to keep in mind it's only held down to this flimsy plastic thing, but with 2 bolts. But you can put extra gloves. I have some muffs in there for cold riding, stuff like that. So yeah, nice little mod. This is basically the configuration for any sort of long distance riding on the sled. Just wanted to show you that I use anyways. The only thing you can swap out is you can take the oil tank off and then put another top bag like this one on top. So it depends. You want to bring more clothes, or if you're going away like where you can't have access to oil, carrying oil is good because you can carry enough oil probably for 2 sleds, for a really good weekend, and extra fuel, or reverse it up. So the link system is just super. It's probably the best snowmobile mounting and bag system that's on the market, I would say. I haven't seen anyone else come even close to it, but you can see all the different configurations you can do. It's just a great system.